What's up? Nick Hilton here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And in this video, we are reviewing the Fujifilm Instax Mini Evo. Wait around to the end of the video and I will tell you how this thing fits into my workflow as a professional wedding photographer. Real quick, let's jump into the build quality of this. It's not super heavy. It's pretty light. It's mostly made out of plastic. There are, some metal-ish pieces, but it's mostly made out of plastic, and I definitely feel like if you were to drop this thing onto hard concrete, possibly even like carpet, it's gonna break. The one thing that I am a little bit worried about, the switch right here that opens up the door to put in the film, it seems very, very easily messed with. Like, I feel like if I were to put this into my pocket or put this into a camera bag pocket and it were to get scuffed the wrong way, it probably will never happen, but I do feel like it is possible that that button gets pushed up and the film door opens. And now, because these are actual like Polaroid style film prints, if that door were to open up, all of the film that were inside would be ruined, and at about $1 per photo, that would suck. It would suck to just, waste 10 unused films. Otherwise, camera feels pretty good. It's got a shutter button here for shooting horizontal, and then if you want to shoot vertical, it does have a shutter button here. So now what makes this really special is that it is a instant film camera and a digital camera at the same time. And now, why is that important? Well, when you're shooting with an actual Polaroid camera or a different kind of instant film camera, the second you take the picture, the film shoots out. If that picture sucked, well, you just wasted like $2 or $3 on that piece of film. This being a digital camera is really cool because you don't have to print every single photo. You don't have to print any. You could just upload them to your computer off the memory card and just use it as a cheap digital camera. Or you can cycle through the photos that you've taken and decide which one you want to print later on. And if you want to print multiple copies of the same photo for like your friends, you can do that. So that flexibility is really cool. Now, what makes this extra special is that there's an app, and so you can send a photo from your phone to the camera to be printed. In other words, just using this as a printer instead of a camera. This means that either you can take photos on your regular camera, and then once they have been transferred to your phone, you can then print it, or you can be shooting photos on your iPhone, do a little quick edit in Lightroom, Dazcam, something like that, and then open up the app, connect to the camera via Bluetooth, and click print. I did multiple different test prints for this video. This is a camera that was edited on my computer in Lightroom, and it was on my phone, and I sent this to the app to have it be printed. And then these two are photos that were taken on my iPhone. This was in Yosemite, and this was at Emo Night in Vegas, and these were both edited quickly with Dazcam. It's an app, and then I just sent them to the camera to be printed. This photo was taken at a wedding of just the ceremony site before all the guests showed up. This was taken on the Instax Mini Evo, and it was printed just as the camera was intended. Now let's talk about the actual print quality. Now, I'm not going to compare what the photos look like on my phone to what they look like printed, because of course it is a film print. It's not a digital print. It's a film print. It's exposing the digital image onto this Polaroid style film. And so it's not going to look exactly, but in my opinion, they look really, really good. Like the color quality and the shadows and the highlights, like in my opinion, they have a really, really good look to them. Especially like this image from Yosemite, like the greens are really good. The highlight roll off with the shadows, and this is just an iPhone photo printed onto this. And then as far as like the in-camera quality, the LCD screen sucks. The LCD screen doesn't look that good, but like printed out. It's got a really good vintage look to it. You can definitely see that there is, some purple in the sky. And, I would have thought that, oh, that's just this Polaroid film. It's just got a purple tint. This Instax film. Sorry, I keep saying Polaroid. This Instax film has a purple tint. But I think that's more the in-camera camera with this Instax film, because the stuff that was edited on my iPhone doesn't have that purple tint to it. Another feature of this camera is it's got this dial right here that can change, different film looks, and then this dial right here can change different effects. I personally have never used any of those because you can't change the effect once the photo is taken. I just use the camera on the normal setting, and that's how this one was taken. Now the price of this camera is $200. I think it was like $199.99. The film, it comes in packs of 10. Usually you can get a 2-pack, so you get 20 images for $20. Only 10 can fit in the camera at one time. And as far as price goes, I think this camera is entirely worth it. Not only do you get a super cheap digital camera, but you also get an instant film camera and you get a printer, which leads me to where it fits into my workflow as a professional wedding photographer. Wedding photography is all about experience, and when I discovered this camera, I thought this would be a great thing to add into my flow of the wedding day. And it's not something that I'm like advertising as being an extra cost or an add-on. It's just something to add to my client's experience. Basically, my workflow with this camera is with my EOS R, I can take a few photos throughout the wedding day, and then at dinner, I can actually send those photos via Wi-Fi from my EOS R to my phone, do a quick Lightroom edit with a preset, just real basic, quick, and then one by one, at dinner, I can just open up the app that connects to this camera, and I can just print those photos off. Then with this, I can give my couples, high-end photos that are printed in this like vintage film medium, and I can give that to them while they're eating dinner. It's something they totally weren't expecting, and it just gives them something super fun to take home. And instead of being just, a shitty Polaroid print, they're real high quality photos, but still in a medium that's like super fun and, nostalgic, vintage, whatever word you want to use. So anyways, that is the Fujifilm Instax Mini Evo. I think it's super versatile. I think the fact that it can be just solely a printer for your photos, but then also be its own camera and instant print camera on its own, I think that is super cool. 100% worth the $200, and I am looking forward to doing so much more fun photo work with it. I hope this gives you some insight, and like I said, I recommend you get this. See you in the next video. Subscribe.